Welcome to the Coaches Show, the show where we talk all things basketball. From the beautiful campus of North Carolina A&T University, it's the Coaches Show. And now, here's your host.
Show with the head women's basketball coach of North Carolina A&T, Tarrell Robinson. I'm Donal Ware. I'm going to tell you what, it's an exciting time here at A&T. Let's look at a little bit of history when we talk about the CAA, and in particular, the Lady Aggie basketball program in the CAA. So you go back a couple of years, there was a tie for fourth place in terms of the finish for North Carolina A&T. Let's go back to last year, a tie for third place in terms of the finish for A&T. And so, I mean, those are really, really good finishes when you think about it. But right now, as we speak, on tomorrow, A&T is going to be hosting William & Mary. Okay, so you're talking about an opportunity for A&T to have first place. So a win tomorrow means at least a share of first place, a victory on Saturday over Wilmington. What does that mean? North Carolina A&T, the Lady Aggies, in their third season in the CAA, will win the CAA outright. So you look at this Lady Aggie basketball program, pick it up where it left off from the MEAC days with all of those championships, and another opportunity right now for a first place finish, this time in the CAA. So we want everybody to come on out. As mentioned on Thursday, William & Mary is the opponent, and it is fan appreciation night. So come on out, cheer on those Lady Aggies. Then on Saturday, it is senior night versus Wilmington. The game tomorrow on Thursday, it is a 7 o'clock game. On Saturday, the game against Wilmington is a 2 o'clock game. So we've got a lot to get to today. Of course, Tarrell Robinson, the head women's basketball coach of the Lady Aggies, is going to join us on the program. Center Chaniya Clark, they call her Shaq, she's going to be on the program today as well. As a matter of fact, also grad assistant Levossie Taylor, we called her name many times over the years. She was part of that MEAC championship team. As a matter of fact, the last year that A&T was in the MEAC. Also going to join us today here on the Coaches Show. You look at this A&T team, winners of 7 of their last 9 ball games, won 15 of the last 17 ball games. I mean, it's been an absolutely tremendous season for A&T. No pressure. Just get that victory again on Thursday, and we're talking about at least a share of the CAA crown. And then again, the win on Saturday against Wilmington will give the Lady Aggies the CAA crown outright. So let's kind of take a look a little bit at the standings. So A&T 13-3 in conference play. Right now, Charleston is 12-4, as is Drexel. So again, you can see right now, win out, A&T champs. But there are a couple of different scenarios that certainly can happen with respect to Charleston and Drexel looking forward. Now, of course, we got to talk about the last game with the Lady Aggies falling to Elon, but we're going to talk about that. But we're going to talk about, of course, the games against, William & Mary and Wilmington moving forward. And I just want to kind of take a look at the schedule because we're going to keep our eyes out on tomorrow. So Drexel is going to be at Delaware. That's a 6:30 game. So, of course, you can watch the game on Flow Sports. Yours truly, Arlene Mitchell, we have you covered. So we're going to be keeping you updated with the game, Drexel and Delaware. And then a 7 o'clock game like our game, Charleston is going to be at Campbell. Now, Campbell seems to be the team that is sort of wrecking shop, if you will, in terms of some of these upset wins. But really, Campbell's having a good season. When you look at the Camels right now, the Camels are 11-5 right now. So all of this heading into next week's CAA tournament. So we're super excited about that and very much looking forward to that as well. So as mentioned, we got a really big show for you today here on the Coaches Show. And we're going to talk about the matchup against William & Mary. I don't know how far Coach Robinson likes to look ahead. He's probably going to want to concentrate on William & Mary, but maybe we can try to sneak in Wilmington a little bit. So we'll talk about some of the challenges that maybe Wilmington presents as well. As mentioned, still to come. And you talk about Chaniya Clark. She's having a tremendous season, 8 double-doubles on the season, one of the leaders in the CAA, averaging 10.2 points per game, also 7.8 rebounds per game, which is 7th in the CAA. She's shooting 52% from the field, which is 2nd in the CAA. So a really good season for, her nickname is Baby Shaq, so a really good season for Baby Shaq, who of course is from Fort Myers, Florida. And as mentioned, grad assistant Levossie Taylor also going to join us today here on the Coaches Show. So let's do this. We're going to step aside. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We'll be joined by Tarrell Robinson, the head women's basketball coach here at A&T. Keep it locked.
Stay tuned. The Coaches Show will be back after these messages.
Using these type of cleansers could be damaging and stripping your skin. I use new Olay cleansing melts every day. Just soak, activate, and wash to clean, tone, and refresh. That's a 3 times better clean. Olay.
6,000 universities. Watching North Carolina A&T. We graduate more African American students in engineering, journalism, liberal arts, and agriculture than any other campus anywhere, period. Our grads earn more right out of school than all but one other university system peer. And 96% of Aggie alums say they wish they can do it all over again. Can you feel the pride? You will. A&T. Always doing, never done.
Good morning, America. Today, thousands of our teammates will make and deliver over 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally, in towns large and small. From the heartland to the coast, our products are moving and our trucks are rolling. We show passion and a purpose. We love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Vice President Kamala Harris is bringing the Fight for Our Freedoms college tour to North Carolina A&T State University today.
Why A&T specifically?
The history and legacy of a people is 400 years of oppression.
We have always been able to adjust and adapt to whatever is thrown at us. And I think that just speaks to the resilience of our community.
You did it, Aggies!
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for making the Coaches Show a part of your day. Big time game on tomorrow. When we say tomorrow, we mean on Thursday, as the Lady Aggies going to host William and Mary. It's fan appreciation night, and the fans have been so supportive all year long. As a matter of fact, the Lady Aggies lead the CAA in terms of attendance. So we want that to continue on tomorrow and then further continue on Saturday when the Lady Aggies are going to host Wilmington. Well, in his 13th season as the head women's basketball coach of North Carolina A&T, you see him right there, is Tarrell Robinson, who joins us here on the Coaches Show. What's going on, Coach Rob?
Trying to get ready to get a win, man.
No doubt. I said we would talk a little bit. And when I asked you a little bit about Wilmington, you didn't even say anything. You said this much. Because we got to talk, of course, about William and Mary, who's ahead of us. But before we do that, I want to get your thoughts, because one of the things I did not mention was the fact that, look, 4 of your last 5 ball games have been on the road. I mean, that's a hard deal, 4-1 in that stretch. Your thoughts in terms of how you've played in that stretch?
I think we played well. I think our young women have been, resilient all year, especially when our back's against the wall. Going 4-1 I think any coach would take that. Obviously we want to win every game, but no, I think we're playing really good basketball. We're still learning. We still, I think are improving, and I think we're in a good place right now.
Tough loss against Elon. Mm-hmm. I know, when I saw the score. I mean, you look at the score, and I'm not trying. I'm just saying, right?
Yeah, you trying to take me back? Go ahead.
I'm not. But I mean, that's tough, man. Like a 1-point loss And I know that that's the rival school. I know you and Coach Smith have a good relationship, and y'all go back and forth. And I think you've gotten the better of her, maybe. But just your thoughts. That's a tough loss for A&T.
It's a tough loss, but hats go off to them, to the Lady Phoenix, to Coach Smith and her staff. We lost the game the last 3 minutes of the game, where they made shots, we didn't. They execute, we didn't. Some calls went into their favor. Like, believe it or not, like Elon, on paper was the worst three-point shooting team in our conference, but Raven Preston caught fire. And we couldn't, once she got hot, it was pretty hard to stop her. But definitely another game that we're learning from and we're getting better with, and we put behind us, and we're focused on what's in front of us now.
No doubt. One of the stats that jumped out to me immediately, okay, and we've been watching Jordan Dorsey a long time.
Yes, we have.
And, look, 12 points in the game, 4 or 5 shooting. I mean, that's really, really good. But the thing that jumped out to me, no assist in the ball game.
Yeah, and I haven't really looked at in regards to, what they did. I know they played great man-to-man defense like us. They did not one pass away. A lot of the plays that I called was, to post Jordan up. We was trying to take advantage of our size. So, that could be on me, the approach that I took versus running things to make Jordan a facilitator, make Malia Bacone a facilitator. The things that stick out to me, we shot 50+% from the field, probably our best field goal percentage on the road this season. Shot in the high 30s from the 3, and then we were 14 to 15, from the foul line, shoot 90+%. I think, our defense failed us. This weekend in general, Friday against UNC Wilmington, we gave up 65 points. And then, Sunday, we gave up 70 points. And on average in conference, we've given up, 52, 53 points a game. So that's something that we've got to address. Normally I talk about offense being a problem, but this weekend it was a defensive thing.
Couple of young ladies I want to talk to you about. Of course, Chaniya Clark going to join us a little bit later on. She's one of those young ladies I want to talk about. Malia Bacone has really played well, and I think what's interesting, she's played well the last couple of weeks. I think what's interesting more so to me than anything else is not only her point production is up, but the steals, like they're both coinciding where they maybe hadn't flourished as much as we've seen in years past together. Why do they coincide that way?
Malia is healthy. Our struggles early in the season, and first, just to be in a position we were in when we think about the first semester of basketball for our program, I keep using the word resilience. We didn't make any excuses. We moved forward, with every loss or every shortcoming in the first semester. And Malia was hurt. She was injured. She had a torn calf muscle. She came back for her team, not fully healthy. Now she's back to Malia Bacone. She's anticipating. She's knocking down shots. She's attacking the rim. And in her senior year, this is the time that you want to get your seniors' best basketball.
And then let's talk about Miss Clark. She's here.
Yep.
So I know look, 8 double-doubles, a double-double against Elon. Just your thoughts on the way she's playing.
Well, first I want to apologize to Shaq. She should have maybe more double-doubles than that, but I take her out so early. Shaq, people don't understand how selfless Shaq is. There are games that we've really been up, and Shaq has asked to rest and let her other teammates play, which obviously impacts her points. And that's who she is in a nutshell. Like, she's someone that is just selfless. When we need her, she delivers. She's one of the highest basketball IQ players in our program, and she's someone that I want to have the ball in her hands no matter what the situation is. She can really rebound. She has those big hands. She has that soft touch. Just appreciative to have her, and have her part of this program. And she's integral to the success that we're having.
She is, and she's hit some really big shots over the years. Again, 7.8 rebounds per game, which is 7th in the conference, and then 52% shooting from the field, which is 2nd in the conference, is really, really good. Asia James, okay, you're talking about somebody that was 2 of 4, a young lady that was 2 of 4 from three-point range. But her three-point shooting, especially over the last month, has really been off the charts. Like one of the best really in the CAA. Speak to what she's meant to this team.
In her last year, and then obviously trying to convince her to be a part of our program, this is what, I've said that her purpose is to stretch the floor, to knock down shots, to make people play Chaniya Clark honest, play Malia Bracone, Jordan Dorsey, Paris Locke, make them play honest. I think, this starting 5, and I said this the other day, is one of the best and most balanced that I've had the pleasure of coaching. And I try to get them to appreciate that and appreciate each other and trust in passing that ball. And Asia has really won some games for us towards the end. She hits a lot of big shots. She hit 2 amazing shots against Drexel. Just on Friday night, she hit a clutch 3 to end the game against UNC Wilmington. I'm a little bit on her right now about her defensive effort back in Elon, but she's been great for us. She's responded. She's really meshed into our culture and our program.
You probably foresaw that your program would be in the position it is in the 3rd year. Like you may have thought that last year could have been, you had an opportunity down the stretch. But again, I think the deal is, though, you've improved every year. Tied for 4th, tied for 3rd, now a position to take the conference. Is this where you thought it would be in year 3? Every year.
Like you open some wounds up, because I feel like we should have won the league last year. We should have won the league our first year. And now we're in position, no better position, where we have 2 games at home to be conference champs. And this game in front of us is the most important game of our players' playing career and obviously my coaching career.
Am I looking too far ahead? What would it mean to be Coach of the Year in the CAA?
Well, I've never been Coach of the Year, and I've never, that's a award I've never really thought about. If they do award that, I appreciate it from my colleagues. But if not, I want to win a regular season championship. I've got 7 championships, no Coach of the Years. I got a lot of wins. We average close to 20 wins a season, no Coach of the Year. So I'm good with that.
Well, you got an HBCU Coach of the Year deal.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, that is true. Hold on. Let me forget. I do have one Coach of the Year, but not a conference Coach of the Year.
No, I get it. But now, okay, and I have no doubt. Obviously, you want to win the conference championship, regular season, and tournament championship. But that's coach speak. You want that coach. You want to be that Coach of the Year. Like you deserve it, but you want to be the Coach of the Year in the conference.
I want to win the regular season championship, and then I want to win the CAA tournament. Like anything that comes after that, that's a blessing.
All right. Well, again, so we're going to talk about William and Mary, and I guess a little bit about Wilmington. So we still got plenty more of the Coaches Show to come with the head women's basketball coach of the Lady Aggies, Tarrell Robinson. Again, still to come, center Chaniya Clark and grad assistant Levossie Taylor, who again was part of that MEAC championship for A&T going back about 4 or 5 years ago. Keep it locked.
Stay tuned. The Coaches Show will be back after these messages.
The Aggie Athletic Foundation is the official fundraising arm for North Carolina A&T Athletics. By making an investment in athletics, you're providing resources that leverage our ability to recruit highly motivated student athletes who train and compete at the highest level of Division I athletics. For more information about this campaign and the AAF, please call 336-285-3063 or visit our website at aggieboosters.com. Fans, be sure to visit longtime North Carolina A&T sponsor Smitty's McDonald's. 3 locations in Greensboro, including Summit Avenue, right near campus. Stop by or use your favorite delivery app today.
I have seen significant changes in my skin. Good Molecules is everything.
My skin looks flawless. My skin is just glowing, and who doesn't want that?
Good Molecules made an amazing difference in my skin. My skin has glowed up completely.
Hyperpigmentation cleared up a lot. My skin tone is a lot smoother.
I've truly seen a difference in my skin. Now I have confidence, and now I'm glowing.
I feel confident in my skin once again, thanks to Good Molecules.
Welcome back to the show.
Come on out on Thursday, on tomorrow, Fan Appreciation Night, as William and Mary will be in Corbett Sports Center, and it's an opportunity for the Lady Aggies to gain at least a share of the CAA regular season. And of course, if Drexel loses and then also Charleston loses as well, then it's an opportunity for A&T, or Charleston, excuse me, it's an opportunity for A&T to wrap up the CAA outright on tomorrow as well. So we want you to come on out. And then Saturday, of course, is Senior Day. Wilmington will be in the building. That's a 2 p.m. tip. Tomorrow's game is a 7 p.m. tip, as we're, of course, joined by Tarrell Robinson, the head women's basketball coach here at North Carolina A&T. So the conference, can you just speak to how tough the CAA is?
No, it is. It is. I think, the Friday, Sunday play is tough. The one day to get ready for the Sunday game. 18 games, trying to game plan, trying to scout, trying to make sure these young women are healthy and understand the scout and understand who we are. To be in the position that we're in, when I just reflect on this entire season, I just really proud of my young women. Really proud of them because they could have, and I say that, but I want to really shout out our captains, Shaq, Jordan, and Malia, because when things were bad, I think we were maybe 4 games under 500 at a time, and people could have threw in the towel, but they wouldn't let them. And then once we got healthy and, got our feet up under us, we was able to make this run that we made.
Speak to the continuity of the program. Like you've always had that, right? In 13 seasons, in part now because of NIL, you have people transferring, and you've had some that transfer out. You've gotten some that have come into the program, but you mentioned Chaniya, Malia, Jordan's been here for 4 years. You've had some continuity as it relates not only to this year, but throughout the 13 seasons. Speak to how important that is.
It's important. We have a culture. We have our way that we win, our way that we go about our business, and having, young women like the young women I mentioned that are able to maybe better explain what I'm trying to say to their teammates. It's always about the voices in the locker room when the coaches aren't around, how things are being said. Like if you bring in, because we've been in a situation where we've had more new people than old, and we didn't have a tremendous lot of success. But because of the impact of the 3 young women, mentioned, we were able to sustain during some really rough times of our season.
And is that, maybe it took, I don't know, because Asia's playing so well right now. It took her probably a little bit of time to get in the mix, get the culture, all of those kind of good things transferring into the program.
Well, I think Asia's role was easy, knock down shots. If I remember, Norfolk State was when she really caught fire, and I transitioned her into the starting lineup. Prior to, she had some injuries, and she was still trying to adjust to our culture. But yeah, she's probably one that is really, I think all of them have. I think Raven Douglas has done a great job too, as far as transitioning in. Someone that I didn't mention, I always talk about Jordan, Malia, and Shaq. Nandi Smith, who has been a 4-year walk-on with us, is another person that is that voice in the locker room, that voice of reason. When Coach Rob is acting crazy, she's explaining what I really mean versus what I said. So, so that it just really, those things really matter. Levossie Taylor, who has been a part of winning a championship, even though Demia's not playing, Demia Tucker is still running around here, making sure that they understand our culture. So we've got a lot of people that can relate to the young people that don't quite understand Coach Rob. And then there's also Mama Earp. She also pulls them aside. This is what he meant. So you're right. We have a great amount of continuity. It's a blessing to have it. Again, it's a blessing to be in this position that we're in. As
Chaniya, Mama Earp, as you called her, Levossie, all laughed when you said what you meant versus what you said, as they all laugh in the background there. The last home game, the breast cancer awareness, and then bringing the alumni back.
Yep.
You smile about that. That was really, really cool. Speak about that.
Well, it was good to see, obviously, young women that I coached, maintaining those relationships with them, seeing, and I'm saying as a head coach and as an assistant coach, there was a lot of young women that came during the Bibbs years, but the biggest thing to me is the old heads that showed up and came back, because I think that is what it's about, because they can really make sure our young women understand what Aggie pride is. And this was the first one. I thought it was a great showing, and it's going to be even bigger and better next year for any alum that didn't make it. Tracy King said something funny. She said, Coach Rob, the people that didn't show up, some of them need to know that you was just being a coach. It ain't nothing personal. You can always come back and get some love and get a hug, and that is absolutely true. I have no personal beef with anyone that left the program and helped me win a championship, so please come next year, come and support the Lady Aggies.
You know who, and not to point any, but I am, because you all played at the same time. Malvetta Johnson came out. You all played. I remember I asked her about it. I thought it was 26 points she had at UNC, but it was really, she said it was 23 or something. But it was good to see her and others out like that from back in the day.
I watched Mal. I had an opportunity to watch her score. I watched her drop 40. I think it was on Coppin State at home. She's the best of the best when you talk about Lady Aggie basketball statistically. And she has a daughter that's pretty good too. So.
It's taller than her.
Yeah, that tripped me out. Yeah. So it was excellent to see classmates, to see Aggies that played before us, and obviously the ones that I had a chance to coach. It was a really great showing. They came to our practice and spoke to our young women. You saw the support along with supporting breast cancer awareness. It was a great vibe and great environment.
So let's switch gears. Let's talk about William & Mary, the next opponent. And a couple of weeks ago, you came out on the road again. We got to mention, I think that's so important. 4 of the last 5 games have been on the road. The Lady Aggies are 4-1. You come away with a 67-44 victory over William & Mary. Just your thoughts going into this game against the Tribe.
Well, I know that won't be the same team. Like the setting of back then when we played them, we had that bad snowstorm. They came in. We didn't even really know that we were going to play. We did everything we could to get an early practice in and then head up to Williamsburg. I'm not even sure if they got a chance to practice, so the score could be a little skewed because they weren't as prepared as they needed to be against us. But we made sure we got a practice in. I think we also practiced in our meeting space. Meg and Aaron and Levossie made a little makeshift court for us to do walkthrough. Those are the type of sacrifices that go on with winning championships. So they made a little makeshift court for us to review our scout, and our young women were ready. They were ready to win, and we played well. But I'm reminding them of that situation and to make sure we don't go into this game taking it for granted.
Do you think it's extra motivation because of the loss against Elon coming into this game and the fact that there's a share of the conference championship on the line? Yeah,
absolutely. I didn't talk to them about this. I didn't even mention it, but I'm sure there was an air of relief when they saw that Drexel lost. And I'm hoping that they look at that as another chance to secure what we've talked about and what we worked hard for. So they'll be ready. We're not in this situation because they haven't been prepared. They haven't been resilient. I believe they will. And I also do my due diligence to make sure they are, and my staff. This is an exciting time, but again, William & Mary, really well-coached team. Aaron Dickerson, good friend of mine, very supportive when we're not playing each other. So I know she'll have them ready, and we'll be ready as well.
Tarrell Robinson is going to join us a little bit later on again. in the program. But up next, we're talking with center Chaniya Clark. Keep it locked.
Stay tuned. The Coaches Show will be back after these messages.
Fans, be sure to visit longtime North Carolina A&T sponsor Smitty's McDonald's. 3 locations in Greensboro, including Summit Avenue, right near campus. Stop by or use your favorite delivery app today.
Good morning, America. Today, thousands of our teammates will make and deliver over 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally, in towns large and small. From the heartland to the coast, our products are moving and our trucks are rolling. We show passion and a purpose. We love to refresh and serve our communities. We're Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Using these type of cleansers could be damaging and stripping your skin. I use new Olay cleansing melts every day. Just soak, activate, and wash to clean, tone, and refresh. That's a 3 times better clean. Olay.
The Aggie Athletic Foundation is the official fundraising arm for North Carolina A&T Athletics. By making an investment in athletics, you're providing resources that leverage our ability to recruit highly motivated student athletes who train and compete at the highest level of Division I athletics. For more information about this campaign and the AAF, please call 336-285-3063 or visit our website at aggieboosters.com.
Welcome back to the show.
You saw that spot about the AAF. Very, very important to support the AAF. As a matter of fact, it's made this happen. This show, food is here, people are here, so we're super excited about that. Support the AAF. You really need to support the AAF, which in turn supports Aggie Athletics. Well, we were joined by Tarrell Robinson in the last segment. Now we're going to talk to center Chaniya Clark. She's a redshirt junior from Fort Myers, all the way from Fort Myers, Florida. She joins us here on the Coaches Show. How are you, Chaniya?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Just for you, I just want to kind of get your thoughts on the season for the Lady Aggies so far.
We did struggle because, like Coach Rob said, we didn't have Malia, and I was absent as well. So a lot of, especially like Rachel Griffin, had to step up for me and play in those tough games. So I appreciate, my teammates stepping up and replacing us. So
you've won 13 of your last 15. Sort of what's been the difference? Mostly conference games. What's been the difference?
Really execution. Teams gonna scout you, so really knowing what's next. And that's been a struggle for us, so just continuing to, understand not only the first option, but the second and third option is what's going to get you to win.
Can you speak to how your game has improved? You averaged 10.2 points per game last year, which is what you're averaging also this year, but your rebounds are up. And I go back to the 2 years ago, you averaged, I think it was 4.1 rebounds, but 6.8 points per game. That's what it was. Mm-hmm. So you're continuing to climb each year.
Mm-hmm. Well, when I first came back, it's really I was out of shape. So really just getting in shape and playing the game pace and just, getting in the gym, extra work, especially with Coach Rob. He gets on me all the time getting in the gym with him. So, I try to get in there at least once or twice a week, especially during conference play.
He's here, obviously, because he's coming back to join us, right? He's smiling. He's over there smiling. It's all good. How is it? I'm going to tell you what's really cool. Like, when we're here setting up before all of this, and it's just like all love. But now, when y'all are on the court, now it's something different. I'm just saying, right? But just speak to, just Coach Rob himself, whether it's on the court or off the court.
To me, Coach Rob is a father figure to me. So, when he gets on me in the game, I know it's a place of love, and he expects better from me. So, and I know I can provide better for the team. So I know it's coming from a place of love, and then afterwards we talk about it and we laugh about it. Yeah,
we were doing a lot of laughing, but I'm sure he wasn't doing a lot of laughing during the Elon game.
No. He was he was very upset.
See, we can kind of joke a little bit about that because everything is still in front of us. Speak to that. Like, all games are big games, and all games, particularly in conference, and all games are important. But look, you're talking about playing for a conference championship on tomorrow, Thursday.
Well, I hate that we lost. We was up by 10, maybe 12 points, but it came down to defense, like Coach Rob said, knowing where to be on defense and giving up open shots that we shouldn't have, and giving up dribble penetration in a zone, which we shouldn't have. So I just feel like we need to be better moving forward, especially tomorrow. Your
rebounding has really improved, I would say, the last month. You got eight double-doubles, and I didn't have a chance to look at where those double-doubles came, but I think probably I would have to say 6 of them have been within the last month and a half or so, maybe. Just speak to that, the rebounding aspect of this, because when you get up and get on the board, boxing out, I mean, nobody's really. You're 6'4". Not too many people are getting the ball.
Right. That's my role on the team. My role is to make layups, make shots, and get rebounds for the team. And we try to limit the teams only for one shot, so I try to go for every rebound. And sometimes I fall short, but I never give up on the play.
William and Mary, thoughts on the Tribe?
I know they're gonna be ready. Like Coach Rob said, last time it was a snowstorm, so they probably didn't have time to practice, and we did. So they're gonna be ready for us. So we need to be ready for them.
I like to always ask this. So you're all the way from Fort Myers, Florida. That's a good little ways from here in Greensboro. How did you end up here at A&T?
Coach Rob. My mom sent my game film to Coach Rob, and he emailed her right back. And then ever since then, it's been family. Like, Coach Rob is family to me. Like I said, he's a father figure to me, and he makes this feel like home. And that's what I wanted in my recruiting process. I wanted a home environment, and he brings that every day.
Was that tough? Was it tough? Not because it was a very talented team your first year. Was it tough not playing your first year, having played all those years in high school?
It was. I felt like I could have, stepped in a little bit, gave it a little bit more, and I feel like we could have won that year too with just with me stepping in. So it kind of hurt that I didn't get to play, but now I'm here for the team. I feel like we're gonna win a championship this year, especially with me healthy and doing up the numbers I am now. So yeah.
Last thought, what are you majoring in, and what do you hope to do with that once your playing career is over?
I'm a psych major, and I want to do forensics. Like, I love studying criminal brains like Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy. I love stuff like that. So
wow,
that's what I want to do. I just want to study the brain. I love how the brain works.
Pretty cool. Give it up for Chaniya Clark, center here for the Lady Aggies, who's joining us here on the Coaches Show. Chaniya, we appreciate the time. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right. Chaniya Clark, ladies and gentlemen, joining us here on the Coaches Show. As she gets up, we've got a grad assistant, as a matter of fact. So I was going to say former lady, but she's not a former Lady Aggie in terms of playing. She is. And I tell you what, when she was on the court, played for 4 years, part of that MEAC championship team, the last one was really, really good. Levossie Taylor joining us here. The grad assistant here on the Coaches Show. What's going on, Levossie?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. What's interesting is you're only a year removed from playing with Chaniya, with Malia, with Jordan, with others, right? How kind of, I don't know, strange is the right word, but how is that for you, knowing you're only a year removed from playing on this team?
I think it's a unique experience that they were just my fellow teammates, and we have that relationship to where I can be and can hold them accountable for their actions on and off the court.
Is coaching something you've always wanted to do?
Yes, it was. I was hurt before, and that gave me a coach's eye perspective being on the sideline, and so with me getting hurt earlier in the season last year, I was able to do that, and it just got a spark ignited in me, honestly.
So how did this position come about? Did you go to Coach Rob and say, hey, I'm interested in coaching, or how did it come about that because these grad assistant positions, it's not a lot of them, so how did that come about for you?
Well, once I got hurt earlier, we had a meeting right away, and he mentioned the opportunity to me. And after the end of the year, after going back and forth about a lot of decisions, we decided that that was the best option for me. And I'm really excited that I was able to do that at an alumni, somewhere I graduated from.
Tell us a little bit about some of your what you do daily as a grad assistant.
Well, I'm also the director of player development, so that means working the girls off on and off the court, just dialing into their personal development as a student athlete, which can be hard, clipping film and stuff like that.
How have they received you, particularly the ones that have played in years past? It's like you were my teammate, now you're my coach, really.
Yeah.
How is that dynamic?
Everybody say I'm doing good, like I'm really a natural. And
I'll ask Coach. I'll ask him. Go ahead.
Yeah, honestly. So and I always have that eye and that ear for it. So it's been a good and smooth, really, transition, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How special? Last year was special, right? Like,
it really was.
Wow. You think it's over, and then all of a sudden, we get to play in the WNIT. We win a couple of games, and it was just exciting. What was that like? Can you kind of take us back, your thoughts on that?
I mean, honestly, just the crowd and having that many people behind us, we knew that we didn't have the season we wanted to have, but going to the WNIT, making history, that's what it's all about, being a Lady Aggie.
And then hosting home games.
Mm-hmm. Getting that home court advantage, and that's what we like to do.
Yeah, 3 home games hosted.
Yeah.
What do you remember most about sort of your playing day? I mean, you're not that far removed. You just played last. But I'm just saying, over the 4 years that you have been with, or were a player with the Lady Aggie program.
I really just remember having no excuses and more accountability. And as you grow up and you become a young woman and you see, life on and off the court, you value those moments. You value the little curse outs you get. You value the wins and the losses because it's making you a better person. And that's what Coach Rob is all about. Just developing us as young women.
The MEAC championship, right? Because that was 2020, 2021, and then played NC State in the first round. But what do you remember about that? Was your freshman year?
My freshman year,
yeah.
It was really exciting. I mean, I was just honestly happy that we was able to play during COVID. It was very unique. I mean, I was getting COVID tests every day, but I mean, I couldn't complain that much. I was surrounded by some good players, Channing Scotts, Deidre Winters, Jayla Jones-Pack, who, I was able to look up to. And I mean, it took a lot of discipline during that era, but getting a championship as a freshman, that's something I'll never forget.
I know you have general duties as a grad assistant. Is there any one or couple of players maybe that you've taken under your wing in particular, since you're what Lady Aggie basketball is all about, 4 years as a player and then coming back now as a grad assistant?
Yeah, I really love Elliott Jessup. She's a freshman, but she's eager, and me and her, we built a relationship over the summer. And as time get closer, and I'm in her ear, and just wanting her to be better as these times you can't get them back.
Yeah, she really gets significant time too, particularly as a true freshman. So what are you majoring in now, and then what do you hope to do with that?
I'm majoring in health psychology. With that, I really just want to go ahead and get into coaching, honestly. But if not, I have a bachelor's in kinesiology, so somewhere around the physical therapist, sports therapist, I would like to do.
Okay. Levossie, we appreciate the time. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
All right, give it up. Grad assistant Levossie Taylor joining us here on the Coaches Show. Up next, we go back to Coach Rob, talk with Tarrell Robinson, the head women's basketball coach here at A&T. Keep it locked.
Stay tuned. The Coaches Show will be back after these messages.
Fans, be sure to visit longtime North Carolina A&T sponsor Smitty's McDonald's. 3 locations in Greensboro, including Summit Avenue, right near campus. Stop by or use your favorite delivery app today.
Good morning, America. Today, thousands of our teammates will make and deliver over 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally, in towns large and small. From the heartland to the coast, our products are moving and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose. We love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Using these type of cleansers could be damaging and stripping your skin. I use new Olay cleansing melts every day. Just soak, activate, and wash to clean, tone, and refresh. That's a 3 times better clean. Olay.
The Aggie Athletic Foundation is the official fundraising arm for North Carolina A&T Athletics. By making an investment in athletics, you're providing resources that leverage our ability to recruit highly motivated student athletes who train and compete at the highest level of Division I athletics. For more information about this campaign and the AAF, please call 336-285-3063 or visit our website at aggieboosters.com.
Welcome back to the show.
Back with the Coaches Show with the head women's basketball coach of the Lady Aggies, Tarrell Robinson, joining us again here on the program. So, we'll have a little fun. You'll escape the Wilmington talk. We're going to let that go. You know what I mean? We're going to let that go. We'll talk a little, have a little fun with you. So the difference between Coach Rob and Tarrell Robinson?
Not much. Not much. I can't really say there's much of a difference. I'm the same way at home, except, there's no X's and O's. I think, like listening to Levossie, I think that the one thing that, people need to understand is I care about those that are around me, and I want to make sure they're okay and that they have a plan. When Levossie went down, she didn't really tell the full conversation. I know Levossie wanted to continue to play basketball, but I felt like basketball had passed her at A&T, but still wanted to take care of her. And I told her, because of the person that you are going into this program for 4 years and the commitment, just checking all the boxes, the basketball IQ. She showed all that and didn't even realize it. I told her I want you to be around, and she had to process it because Vossie's a hooper at heart. Everybody knows that. Voss loves basketball. You got to see her right now on our scout team getting buckets. but I just, I just care, and I extend that care with people until they show me different. Then I don't care, and I say that to our players. I care to the point that I don't, but I'm a giver, man. I'm a provider. I like the idea that Shaq mentioned, father figure. That's one person, that role I feel, but in other people it's a different role. Some people don't necessarily need that, but for Chaniya, that's our relationship.
No, very cool. So for you, a good player when you played here, you're a good player. Good player. What player on this team reminds you of you when you played here, however long ago?
Believe it or not, everybody's going to trip on this, but Dariana Howard.
Okay.
Dariana Howard.
They are tripping.
I was a really good athlete. I could defend multiple positions. I could rebound my tail off. I think I'm top 10 all time on the list. Brian, you can check that for me. And I played hard. I competed. And Dariana reminds me of that, and I think it'll be funny to everybody because she's one of the players I'm the hardest on, because I know what she can do and what she's capable of.
I think it's important. We're having fun, but on a serious note, tell us what this university, now I know, now look at the clock, right, as much as you can, what this university means to you.
It gave a black man direction, life. An opportunity to take care of my family, to empower and, empower the young women, to empower a staff, really to have a purpose in life.
No, that's absolutely awesome. So what do you want to say to the fans? Last word. What do you want to say to them? We want them to we want them to come out tomorrow to support this team in a quest for a CAA championship.
This is the biggest game in our program's history, and if you're really about, Aggie pride and obviously women's basketball, you'll be there at tip-off at 7 p.m.
All right. Appreciate you, Coach Rob.
Absolutely.
Give it up for Tarrell Robinson, the head women's basketball coach here at A&T. That's about going to wrap it up for today's Coaches Show. We look forward to seeing you on tomorrow and on Saturday. William and Mary and Wilmington in the building. For ticket information, you can visit ncataggies.com. We'll talk with you real soon.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, like and follow us on Facebook.